All right, guys, I had a job come in the other day that I did use AI to help me solve. So, what I wanted to do was show you how I use the AI in my own business and also just to take you through the job beginning to end so you can see how we accomplish these and get them signed off, how much we charge, etc. So, let's dive in. And what you're seeing here is the actual work order that came in from the property manager. They send this to me through their software system. And it says, "Hi, the drawer is not opening and closing properly because the drawer slide or bracket is broken. Could you please send someone to repair or replace this? I've attached pictures showing the issue. Thank you. Please repair up to $500 or provide an estimate for approval. Thank you." So the $500 thing, we're not going to be charging $500. This property management company, and most property management companies, they have a deal set up where if you can fix it for less than a certain amount, this one being $500, then you don't need to do an estimate and they don't need to seek approval from the owner of that home. These are for rentals. So as long as I can get this done for under $500, I don't have to submit an estimate and wait for homeowner approval. I can just do it, knock it out, invoice whatever I think is fair to invoice, and move on. So the tenant uploaded a lot of pictures, and I'm going to show you the pictures here. So here's the pictures, and as you can see, this is some sort of bracket with a roller on it that attaches to the drawer near the face frame of the cabinet, but it doesn't have anything that goes back to the back of the cabinet. Now, I haven't seen this style before. Even in all my life of growing up as a cabinet maker, I've never seen this style of drawer roller. So instead of wasting a bunch of time going online trying to look it up, what I did was, I'll show you right here. I handed it off to my AI, and as you can see, all I did was just give it the pictures and say, I need to identify and order these. Now, my AI already knows that I like to shop at Home Depot, so it's going to, by default, give me Home Depot links if they're available. And then my AI came back and said, yep, I'm pretty confident I found them. Those are front drawer guide rollers, the little left and right steel brackets with white nylon rollers mounted at the front corners of the cabinet opening. The replacement that matches your pictures is Prime Line R7147. It uses a 1-inch nylon roller and comes as a left-hand plus right-hand pair. PrimeLine specifically says these mount at the front of the drawer opening to center support the drawer. And then it gives the link for it. Says Home Depot currently has the R7147 for about $393 per pair and shows it in stock for shipping. The dimensions are also right for what I'm seeing in your photos. 1-inch roller, diameter 9/16, roller width, and about 1 1/8 inch bracket width. Order PrimeLine R7147. I would not buy the longer R7148, R7149 style monorail rollers. They're a completely different rear drawer bracket. So AI went and found it for me. I didn't put any effort into that. I just gave it the pictures and said, I need to order these. Please go find them. So I ordered them from Home Depot. In fact, here's my order right here. Didn't even think twice about it. In fact, I ordered 3 sets. That way I could use 1 set on this house and have a couple spares for this same house, because oftentimes what happens is you arrive and they tell you, oh yeah, there's actually 3 or 4 drawers in this kitchen that have the same problem. So I ordered a few sets knowing I'd have inventory left over if they don't have additional drawers at this house that needed them. And y'all have seen my kits. I like to put together kits, so these are now going to be inventory. Anytime you're ordering anything like this, especially if it's as cheap as $3.93, just order a few and have inventory, because someday that's going to save you a trip to Home Depot. That trip to Home Depot would have cost an hour. If you are billable at $100 an hour, then that means that trip to Home Depot cost you $100. If you can save 1 trip to Home Depot per day on a day where you've got 5 or 6 jobs, take 1 trip to Home Depot that day instead of 5 or 6. But if you just save 1 per day, that's $100 a day. That's $500 a week. That's $2,000 a month, which is $24,000 per year if you can save yourself 1 trip to Home Depot per day. So build these kits and have this inventory. If you want to see my kits, go to bulletproofhandyman.com, go to the documents folder, and in there is actually a spreadsheet you can download that has the names and an inventory of quite a few of my kits. Go get those for yourself. You don't have to copy them, but go download them and check them out and see how you want to build your own kits. So I went back into the client software and I messaged the tenant through the client software. Howdy, thank you for uploading the photos. They made it possible for me to identify the broken part and put some replacements on order. I will get in touch to get you on the schedule as soon as they arrive. Thanks, 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡. And then the tenant replied back, thank you. And eventually the drawer part showed up. So the next day that I was leaving the house to go actually work on the job on a bunch of jobs, I just went ahead and texted them and said, howdy, this is 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗥𝗡 with company name Company name asked us to repair your kitchen drawer. We messaged previously on the Property Meld platform to let you know that we ordered the part and would be reaching out to schedule as soon as it arrived. All right, guys, I got something real quick to tell you all about that I'm super excited about, and that's that I'm flying 3 of y'all in. Actually, it's Ricky, Mark, and Jack. I'm flying in September 1st through 5th for the inaugural class of Founders and Fathers Technical College. This is going to be hosted at the Bulletproof Handyman headquarters here in Tucson. I'm providing flights, lodging, meals, all expenses paid. And when you're here, we're going to work on your business the entire time that you're here. We're going to dive deep and get you where you're trying to get. And there are 2 more of them this year. You can go to bulletproofhandyman.com right now to apply for the next 2 that are coming up later on this year. But what's really important is I want to tell you that this inaugural class, this is sponsored by 𝗪, formerly OpenPhone. 𝗪 is actually a VoIP business phone that lives in an app on your personal phone so that you don't have to have 2 phones. It's extremely affordable. They have a virtual AI receptionist. They've got all kinds of great features. It connects to your ChatGPT, to your Claude. It's an amazing company. I was doing business with them and utilizing their services before I ever even thought about connecting with them to see if they would sponsor things like the Founders and Fathers Technical College. It turns out they've been an amazing partner. They love this community. They love watching you guys start your businesses, and they love supporting these new projects like this college. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is not to buy it for me. I don't ever want you to go buy anything for me, but to thank them for their support of our community. I would like you to go to the description of this video or any of my videos, click on their link, and just go check out their product and see if it is a good fit for your business. And if it is, then buy it. And if it's not, then by all means, don't buy it. But please do head over there and at least let them know that you appreciate their support for this community. It has now arrived and we are ready to schedule. Our next availability is actually today for arrival between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. if the jobs before yours go smoothly. If the damage does not go beyond what I saw in the pictures that you uploaded, I don't expect this job to take more than just a few minutes to swap out the part. Would it be possible for an adult over the age of 18 to be present at the home during that time frame today? And they replied back, hi, yes, just let me know when you guys get here. Thank you. And then I messaged back later that day, we're on our way. GPS said we should be there just after 2 p.m. And they said, okay, thanks. So as you can see here, I just got down there, pulled the drawer out, popped off the 2 old rollers, installed the 2 new rollers, put the drawer back in. Everything worked fine. I went ahead and had the tenant check it just to make sure she was happy with it. She was happy with it, and this job was done, and we moved on to the next job. So now here we are inside the invoice. By the way, this is in 𝗬𝗪. I have a 𝗬𝗪 webinar coming up in just a couple days that y'all can sign up for by going to bulletproofhandyman.com to the events tab and sign up for that event. It's just a free webinar where I show you guys how I process these jobs, all the way from receiving the first job to putting it into 𝗬𝗪 to how I track and use 𝗬𝗪 for the flow and the documentation into invoicing, and also how I write estimates. So it's just basically what you're seeing now, but much, much more in depth. So inside 𝗬𝗪, I said, labor, ordered and received 2 new drawer rollers, removed old rollers and installed new rollers, tested drawer, drawer slides good, tenant tested drawer and agrees, and then materials, wheels. And the price for the labor, I put at $150. The price for the materials, $6. Total price calculated down here, $156. And then we'll go ahead and save this. So now all I got to do is send this invoice off to the client and we're done. And as far as the time that was invested into this, so we can look at how much money we're making, it took, of course, just 5 minutes or less to create the job. It took maybe 5 minutes or less for me to send that message to the AI, receive the link, click the link, and order the parts, and message the tenant to let them know that we'd be scheduling. So we're, 10 or 15 minutes in basically before the part comes in. And then it's maybe a 20-minute drive to that property from the last property we were at, and then maybe 20 minutes at the most on scene. So that puts us at basically an hour. You could call it, if you really wanted to just add more to it and hedge your bets, you could call that an hour and a half for $150, which still brings us to $100 an hour. And that should be, again, the $100 an hour that I preach, that should be for the billable time on the job, not the driving time and stuff. I'm actually including driving time, administrative time, all of the time that I'm spending invoicing this right now as well. All of that time added up in the end actually comes out to probably an hour or less. But even if we want to be careful, hour and a half, still at $100 an hour. This is a very profitable, very doable business that you can start, I can start, anyone can start. Go to bulletproofhandyman.com to take my masterclass if you need help. Email me, bulletproofhandymanbusiness@gmail.com. I answer every single email, and I have for years now, and that's a promise that you have from me going forward, that until I get too big, which I probably never will, as long as I can respond to everybody, I'll continue to. So email me if you have any questions, comment on this video, I'll answer all the comments. Otherwise, I love you guys, I hope you're out there killing it, and I'll see y'all on the next one.